Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. Today is Saturday as we meet together, which means that it is Star Wars Saturdays, my ongoing anthology campaign of small press, indie, and OSR tabletop RPGs that we set in Star Wars. And we are in the middle of a series of Hyperspace D6. Hyperspace D6 is a open D6 game from Matt Click, which apes uses a lot of the same mechanics of the original Weston Games D6 Star Wars, the first Star Wars role-playing game, but it is in a much more trim version. And with that, I am running some old modules from the 80s and 90s that interest me. Probably just me. I don't know. Hopefully, it's relatively interesting for others. We are near the very end of a module from 1990s called Heavy Lifting, and probably could have pushed through to the very end of it, but I didn't want to rush. Unfortunately, it meant that we lost a player in the transition of last week to this week, so Greg won't be with us for the next 2 weeks, this one included. Um, but that's okay. We will continue on. We have an open door. We have a number of other features of safety tools. And they're in play. We have lines, we have veils, we have ask firsts, and we also have the X card in case none of the other stuff worked. That is all in play. But now let's talk about who we're playing with. I'm going to go around the horn and have folks remind us who they are and introduce their characters. I will start from the far right hand side of the character keeper, which means Andesh, you are up first.
Hello, I'm Anders, he, him. I'm playing collaborator Breck, she, her. She's a former criminal who betrayed her crew and joined the rebellion, and she likes to punch things. And she thinks she's a good driver, and maybe she is. That's about it.
We will find out, I think, nearly immediately if that is a true thing. Next up is Kay.
Hi, I'm Kay of the She and They variety, and I'm playing Siren Sai Mained, a Zygerian, formerly an enslaved Zygerian, which, if you know more Star Wars than I typically did when I started this, you'll know that that's a little strange. He is our thief kitty who likes to crawl around vents and or be up in the rafters. Although last game we realized he's also a fucking sniper shot. Fun new things we learn about our character's history as
It
we play
is
them.
fun. Love it. Last but not least, Steven.
Hi, my name is Steven. My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Jody, whose pronouns are she, her. Jody is a independent droid who has developed her freedom, and she recognizes that, other droids are treated as property, and that's not right. And, so she rebels against that process. And so she has some hacking skills with droids, and she has some ability to, you know, pass and talk to people and things like that from a protocol droid background. Um, and I think when we last saw her, she was trying to get the hut out of the warehouse that was under fire and had cut a big hole in the back, and the truck had crashed into it, and we're trying to get everybody out. And
Yeah.
it's not looking great.
It's the dice have not wanted you to pass this with flying colors. That is true. Our very neutral arbiter that is online dice have rolled less than good. So we pick up right in the frenzy of the fight. Jody, you were trying to drive the truck. It part of the building has collapsed on the truck. This building is a warehouse. Half of the warehouse blew up because you are with Fej Daw, a Clatuinian, and Fej really likes bombs and grenades, and he had set up a little trap that went off way more than he anticipated, and made this a open air cafe patio kind of thing. Luckily, Sai has been an effective sniper. Kala and Jody, the two of you, are witnessing as a particular Twillick who you had run into earlier at the bar. If we check our little maps, the bar was, I believe, called the Vapor Scream Cantina. He, of course, is not around, but several of the guys who ran off have snuck back around trying to get the big money for capturing this hut. Also, the explosions and the smoke has drawn some of the dock security, so it is a very hectic experience for you right now. So I'd like to ask, who is trying to? I know Jody, Stephen, in your intro, you said Jody was trying to get your client, Nodum, out of here. The um, the Vosentas is in the process of trying to land. So, Jody, amid this fire and chaos, what are you doing?
So if I recall correctly, you had said that the group had recognized that we could get out if we left none on behind.
Of course.
Um, and we need to get Nanam in order to get Nanam out, who has uh hired us and offered us money, which we have accepted the job.
Hmm.
We have to get him onto the truck so that the truck can get him to our ship. Um,
Or you could find some other way to convey him from this area. He
but the
is
truck is
wounded.
but the
Yeah.
truck is he's wounded, and the truck is kind of buried where it ran into the warehouse to open up the
Yeah.
hole.
Yeah.
Um, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to repair the truck, free the truck so that it can um get out from underneath this collapsed warehouse area, and we can get Nanam onto it, and we don't need it to work great. We just need it to work good enough until we get to the ship. Yeah.
Okay. So that is your intent. That sounds fantastic to me. What an exciting thing to do. You're being shot at. So I do think that this is going to be a difficult maneuver.
Okay. Let's see.
Difficult means that you will need to roll a 20 or better.
So I think that this is I'm going to use my technical vehicle repairs skill.
Okay.
Let's see.
Can I help by laying cover fire?
That would be a smart thing to do, and that'll give you a die.
Okay. And I'm going to use my force point
Ooh.
to double my dice. Because, we've taken the job, we can't just leave none on behind. Um, Remind me, does the force point double help? I think we decided it does not.
Correct. You're doubling your efforts.
Right. Um, so I think that I normally have 4 dice in this, so I think that gives me 8 dice plus the
And
help.
yep, exactly.
Okay,
That's
so let me
exactly how to
roll
do it.
that. Ooh, I got a 29.
Ha ha
Oh,
ha!
but I have a 1 on the force die.
Ooh, a one on the Destiny die. How exciting. That is awesome. Okay, cool. You begin your repairs. You find that, yes, you can repair this, but I think the one on the Destiny die isn't this. This is just a cost of it. The cost is that you need to actually pull a few pieces out of yourself to help repair
Ooh.
this thing so it's functional. So you'll need to take a condition.
Um, I'm gonna take low power. I have to juice it up so that it can get out of this
Awesome.
out of this rubble. Yeah.
Sweet. As this is happening, Kala, um, you know that Sai is giving cover so that Jody can properly repair this truck. It looks like they're being successful. What is it that Kala is doing?
Was I still trapped under the shell?
That is a great question. I think
I don't have
you,
trapped marked anymore. So
that's
so
right. I think you had freed yourself or have been freed. Kate, do you remember if we'd freed Kala? I
I
feel like
think
we
I
had.
freed you. I feel like that happened,
Yeah.
but brain.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think we
yeah.
did. I seem to remember there like side providing cover, like uh firing cover as Kola got back.
Cool. So you're there, Kala. You can act. You're no longer trapped. You are hunted.
yeah, that's kind of a long-term thing, but
It
also
is.
relevant right now.
It is
Uh,
because some of your old crew's around.
hmm Well, some of them are going to stay around because I shot them in the face. So, um, yeah, I think so. It's us and it's the Catalonian, and we've got the hut, and that's it, right? For our side.
As you're looking around, yes, you notice that your crewmate, um, Shan, is
Right.
currently being taken into custody by
So that's
the Port
bad.
Authority. Yeah,
But that's going to happen because the player isn't around.
that's
So,
true. You can stop it from happening, but he will get conked on the head or shot or, trip and
yeah.
bust his toe. And the player was
Uh,
totally cool and interested in the idea of being freed from prison later.
yeah. And then we have, was it Jananvar, the Twi'lek?
Twi'lek got seriously messed up by you guys, if you remember, in
Yeah.
the cantina.
Yeah. Right.
So he is not pursuing you anymore. He is not an active antagonist.
But wasn't it his crew who showed up, or am
It
I?
was, it was,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah. Yeah.
do
Cool. Cool.
recognize a few members of his crew,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
among others who are seeking the bounty on your hut.
Right. 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 Yeah. Now I'm more. I know a bit better what's going on. Yeah. 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 Think Cola is going to try to take out just one or two of the people who are coming for us, just to like thin out the herd, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. If anyone's vulnerable, she's going to go for them. Um, Try to, because we have some covering fire going on, so she's going to like try to flank or something, like go around on the side to get a shot at whoever she can get at. But she's kind of pissed right now. She wants to kill someone.
Excellent. Why don't you go ahead and give us build a roll? I think doing this without getting shot yourself is what we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about. So
Yeah,
let's call this a moderate difficulty.
cool. Um, so is this like blasters, or is it stealth, or
If you tell me how you want to attack them, blasters would be my assumption, but if you're trying a different tact,
no? Blasters is fine. I just wanted
you got your
to
cool big blaster.
yeah.
Which has its own special sound effect that has a little bit more bass to it to indicate it's a heavy blaster and scary.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. So I think I'll just roll my 4 dice because I only have one character point and I don't spend that on this. Uh, and that's a massive 11.
That is not 15.
It's not.
Okay. Cool. So here's what happens. You fire off a shot and you nail one of the guys that was trying to move out from one of the crates. Sai, you're laying down cover fire for Jody. Jody, you're having to take out one of your energon areas, your energon crystal. I'll throw a little transformer silliness in there. No, you grab one of your power batteries out of yourself to juice up the lift, and as Nonum is trying to slither his way up onto the bed of the truck, Kala, that is when you see something moving up out of, because there's a bunch of smoke and dust. There's something that moves up and moves past the dust. It is a person, a sole individual, holding one hand aloft, just like this. And there's some like spinning thing that they have hold of that is an angry red and has this low hum to it. And they're dressed in black, and they land. You fire at them, and they swat that back at you with this weird round device that has a couple of laser swords on the end. And you may mark a condition. This would be your normal damage coming back at you, which is a bummer because your
Mhm.
heavy blaster pistol would do 3 harm. So you'd effectively take 3 conditions unless you have any armor. I don't think your character has armor.
I'm pretty sure I don't. No, no
Yeah.
armor. 3 conditions. Oof.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think I don't want to go for dead right away, and I'm already injured. So I think lost for just running for cover, not being sure where I am, and trapped for being like pinned down now by cover fire, and probably angry because I didn't get to kill anyone. Now some weird person has shown up here who's cheating.
It's true. It's true. You had declared the rules and they are obviously ignoring them. Okay. Uh I think Kala Baby goes down, not down down, but definitely knocked down from that. Um Nonum is climbing onto the truck at this point. This person is walking casually forward. And I'm curious, Sai, what you'd like to
Yeah,
do.
I'm running on out there to go fucking pick up Breaker.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm putting the weapon, holstering weapon, and just going to use my, agility to just fucking swipe, grab, fucking hop onto the back of that thing with the
That sounds awesome.
giant
So you're
Hyundai.
trying to
Yeah.
just GTFO with your compatriot. That sounds awesome to me.
Mhm.
Let's have you roll a moderate difficulty to grab Kala, get on that truck to hopefully get the heck out of Dodge.
And remind me, moderate difficulty is
Is 15.
okay. I feel pretty good about that.
Not
Okay.
engaging the person with laser swords is easier than engaging the person with laser swords.
Yeah. Am I stealing her technically? I'm joking. I'm not actually stealing her. I can't take that dice. Um, unless, blah, blah, blah. 16. Oof. That was dicey.
Uh, uh,
No, it's a 3. Sorry.
Dicey though. I got your little pun
Oh,
there.
hmm.
That was my cool. So you successfully rush forward. Um, is Sai slash Kala like that you do tell are you carried? Are you help? Does Sai help you up and like you limp along? I don't want to deprotagonize you and you're being saved
That's
here, so
fair.
No, no, I'm fine. How do you think you would do?
Oh, sack the potatoes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just over the shoulder.
Over the shoulder.
that's great.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Kola is pretty out of it. Like she took the blaster bolt to the shoulder or something.
Hmm.
So she's pretty badly hurt. She's not in a position to complain.
I love it. That's fantastic. Jody, are you gonna try? Because you're such a good pilot. Are you gonna try to drive this thing out of here? Or what's the plan? I'm on! Nanem says in his deep, brassy tone. Fetch Daw is now seeing what's going on, and he's moving forward towards this. By the way, I should probably show you what this individual looks like, should I not? They have an angry
Yes.
red skin.
Ooh.
Let me show you what they look like real quick. There we go. So they have an angry red skin, some old scar that perhaps has affected their eye. And as Fejdaw moves closer, they hold out that circular device and the blades start to spin around. He seems not at all impressed by Fejdaw's brave charge forward.
So we have the hut on the truck. We just need to
Yes.
get out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think I think what do I have? I think basically I'm gonna go, stomp on the gas, basically. We need to get out of here. And that might be me interfacing through the truck since I'm here repairing it.
That sounds good.
Um, what else do I have? I don't have anything. I already gave Fedgedog my thermal detonator and he tossed it.
He
Um,
did. He tossed it very excitedly.
yeah. So I think um as I, head out, I turn to Nanam the hut and I'm like, you have pissed off the wrong people. We will see if we can get, we will try to get out of here, but I don't think it's worth what you're paying us. Um, and yeah, I'm going to try and pilot us out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will also call
Strive,
this a
right?
moderate difficulty of 15.
Okay.
Can I call out because I know piloting, just like shout some directions over toward Jody to give the help action
Sure.
from where I'm like,
Um,
yeah.
and what are you doing right now, Sai? You've got cola, but are you on the
Yeah.
truck?
I have just jumped I have just landed on the truck
Okay.
with Cole in my arms. I'm like, do this, grab this, blah, 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 like move this obviously he's probably a lot more respectful, honestly, actually, especially to Jody, than I'm, articulating. But he would be calling out what you need to do as someone who has some piloting experience, but his arms are full of uh injured teammate.
Right, right. So I'm going to spend 2 character points to
Okay.
try and make this an even, odds. So let's see what this looks like. That's an 11.
Hey, that is not a 15.
Nope.
Okay. Uh, you start to pull away, and we have pieces of the warehouse falling down because it was still kind of leaned against parts of the truck. Sai screaming out instructions. You try to jump onto the bed of the truck, and then it just stops moving entirely. And that guy uh, dispatches Fetch Daw, Veg runs forward and he just eviscerates your Clatuinian ally.
And that's
And
when we hear the Wilhelm scream, right?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Except it's got a little like doggishness to it. Yeah. And this guy, this red-skinned guy, he's holding his hand out casually as you guys are trying to drive away. You hear through the comms, just come across the square. We're ready. It's the only place we could land.
Uh, can I unceremoniously drop Kawa onto like the bed of the truck and try to shoot this guy in the face?
Sure.
While you build your dice for that, I'm going to assist in this by basically causing the truck to the effectively it's backfiring, but it's shooting sparks or something that's a little bit distracting. Um, so I'm going to try and help your shot with that.
Nice. I like that a lot. Sweet. Your difficulty to hit him is significant. You need a 20 or better.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We want things to work out. Although the keeper is being a butt and not responding to
Oh.
my case. So this may take, all right. I'm using a character point. It won't let me edit it. Uh, and I'm gonna also use my force point.
Ooh, okay. So let's math this out real quick. You are taking a shot with your blaster. Your blaster
My
is. Hmm?
my blaster rifle.
Okay, cool. So you're using blasters, which rolls under your deck. So you have 5 dice. If you spin the force point, that becomes 10 dice. And then you get help from your friend Jody. So that is 11 dice. You
Well, if
have
I
a.
spend a character point,
Oh, and you can get 12 dice.
so I think actually is that because I get 2 for 1, right? And then that's doubled.
Oh, yes, because it's your character
Luck,
point, your
my
duck.
edge.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Hold on, hold on,
No,
hold
you're
on.
good. You're good.
So you have 5 dice, and
Yes,
then you're spending a character point.
to
It's
make it
two
7.
dice more, so it's 7 dice. Then you're spending your force point. That becomes 14 dice. Then Jody helps you to make that 15 dice.
Correct.
Wow. I think you might hit. Difficulty of 20. I'm intrigued by this.
The total is 15, we said, right?
The total is 20 that you need.
Oh,
Yes,
no, no,
sorry,
the
Difficult.
total of
15,
dice.
15
Oh,
dice.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yes. I misunderstood. Sorry.
it's fine.
41.
41 with a 2 on the.
Amazing.
Oh,
Um,
I
what
was making this
does
happen.
that is impressive. What does it look like when you successfully shoot
Let me know
this guy with a blaster?
if this is okay. I think the bullet goes right to his eye that doesn't have the scar over it. It's like a dead shot.
Wow. With that level, yes, you are able to hit him square in the eye.
Not the
And
one that has the
he,
scar over it, though.
no,
That's not it. Yeah,
the other one, the good,
the,
or
the
the
good
definitely
one.
good one.
The definitely.
Um, he lets out a roar of pain and will the the truck is now let go and you're able to zip away to across the small space like the large road because you remember there are a bunch of warehouses here where the Vosentoss is. There are more blaster bolts coming, but you guys can make it across, and as you see Rick Weevil, it's like he's standing there with a little button thing where he's lowered the gangway, and one of the ASP droids moves down to kind of pull Nonum off because he's a big, big, big hut. And I'm curious, what does it look like as you guys make your escape? Is there anything that you do in those last moments before you are leaving this place behind?
I don't know, anything fun on the truck I can just take also, or no?
Uh, Maybe like a hollow novel
Yeah, grab the hollow novel.
and some gum. Chew stem, I think it is what bubblegum is in Star Wars. So sweet. Um, you guys are able to pull away. You do not see that blood red skinned individual. He did not fall, but he fell back. He like dropped to a knee with the pain. And as the Vosen Toss is cresting the atmosphere, she calls back, hey, Rick's a terrible shot, and they've mustered some headhunters, so anyone want to jump in the turret?
What is that?
What,
Oh, is that armaments? Or no? That's
I think
gunnery.
so.
can you
No,
help me
sorry,
understand
it's
what that you're
gunnery.
asking?
I was trying to figure out what it was, which is gunnery, which not it.
Oh, you're asking what skill is used. So that was confusing me. I wasn't sure what
Sorry,
you
I was
meant.
answering my own question as I thought it out.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
I got it, I got it. And Cola is kind of crawling up into crawling into the tower, into the turret.
Oh, fun. Great. So Kola, as you slip in to the turret, you do see, sure enough, I don't love this picture, but it's actually a pic of the Z95 Headhunter from the module itself. So we'll just take a look at that. You see a pair of these things are strafing towards you just as you guys exit atmosphere and hit the void of space. So you have, um, you do have a couple of dice from the targeting system itself, if you remember. So you get to add that to whatever you are rolling to try to hit these suckers.
So a couple means two, right?
Yes, sorry, I should be more clear. You have two dice of guidance assistance from
Cool. And
the
do my
targeting system.
conditions hinder me, or are they
They,
just a counter?
um, to this point, I have played it that the conditions offer narrative hindrances. Let us take a look at your conditions at current. You are pretty messed up. I think
Yeah.
the fact that you're injured and angry,
Hmm.
trapped is interesting. I'm going to say that you lose a die
Yeah.
until you're able to get that taken care of.
That sounds fair. And this is moderate or hard or
Ooh, yes. So it would be a. There are two of them right now, so it is difficult.
difficult. Um, I'm gonna spend my force point what I
Yes.
did
Oh, the force
last time
points.
here. I'm using my anger. I'm sure nothing bad will happen because of that. So let's see. That gives me 8 dice total. So 7 plus a special one. That's a lot of sixes, but a one on the on the destiny die. So
Ooh,
33
sweet.
total.
Yes, yes, yes. So, tell us what it looks like when you target one of the Z95 headhunters and blast it through space, and then our one will. I have an idea for that.
I think Cola like this was like there was a like a cupola turret on the bottom of the ship, right? Was
I
that what we
think we
said?
talked about it being like a belly
Yeah,
turret.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like she last time she like slid down the ladder. I think this time she just drops into the turret, and she crawls so she can strap herself in, and she's spitting curses under her breath the whole time, and she's like baring her teeth, and when she gets the lock, it's like you can see the glee in her eyes when she blasts this thing to smithereens.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you do. But as you do that, you feel another presence as you reach out, and you have drawn the notice of someone, and that's why you're still have the condition of hunted.
Mm-hmm,
Uh,
mm-hmm.
they will find you in due time. Good. You feel them say to you as you take out that headhunter. What is it on the ship that you are doing, Jody, as Narnum is he has a moment for Fejda. He was very good to me. A shame.
I think I'm running around trying to keep the ship going. Um, you know, this thing needs to be put here, and I think you see me as I'm walking through one of the passageways between the ship, between one area of the ship and another. I kind of stop for a second, lean up against one of the portholes, and have to kind of regroup. Um, and I sag a little bit, and then I get back up and I keep going. And I think as I pass by Nanam, and he says, "Oh, he was a loyal hire employee." I say, "Well, I hope you treat the rest of us better than you treated him." Um, and um, yeah, I think I go up and I tell uh Captain Mac, you know, we've got some heat, but it's supposed to be worth it. Um,
I really hope
and
so. And then as the other headhunter does a quick strafing run. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go independent at this point.
is there anything I could do to help Cola?
Oh,
Uh,
can you angle the deflector shields?
ooh, thank you. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah. So
Excellent.
that's what I'm gonna try and do.
Cool. So what you would need to do is you have shields of 1D, so that's giving you the ability to that. And if you want to keep the next strafing run from harming the ship, you would need to aim them with a moderate difficulty. But you have one die on the shields to help you.
Okay. Um, I see that now. So it's a pilot or a drive skill, is that right? So it'd be under mechanical.
Yeah.
Okay. So not doing great. One of those. Let's
You
see.
could maybe do armament, repairing and modifying weapons and armor. I'm not sure if that's suitable. I don't
Well, I
know.
could do so looking at the vehicle defenses, I could do technical vehicles, which would be better for me.
Vehicles
But
feels, yeah, I can live with vehicles. I think that fits a little bit better than armament.
Oh,
whenever I look under vehicle defenses, it's under shields it says if a player's invested in pilot or drive, they add their dice from that skill.
Oh,
Right.
pilot.
So
Interesting.
so I think it's pilot or drive for shields. So that's what I'm going to go
That's
with.
fair. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to spend my last character point to get another die, which is
Man,
probably not going to be
look
helpful.
at Sai with those 8 character points. Everybody else has burned through them. Oh, let's
To be
take
fair, that
out
should be
your.
7. I just can't edit it for some reason. I don't know what's going on with me in the sheet. Maybe I need to refresh it.
Hold on. Let me make sure that it's properly shared with you. It's not. That's why. Let me fix that right now. Do a refresh, and I think it will switch up for you.
And I'm going to roll. Oh, that's a 16.
Wow, barely squeaks
Barely.
by as the Yeah, the headhunter was going to take out one of the systems, but you activate the shield just right, deflector shield, and boom, bounces off. Okay, I'm glad that worked. Kala, headhunter's coming around for another pass at this point. Of course, Joda, while you're up front, you're hearing the comm chatters they're telling the Vos and Toss to stand down, which means they do have the idents. It's just like, oh, son of a. I'm going to get reported.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think that might be the least of our trouble. We'll talk later.
okay. So what's the plan here? You're gonna try to take out that last one, Kala Breaker Breck?
Yeah, at least keep it away from us.
Okay.
I want to shoot it down.
All
That's
right.
what I would try for, but it's not going to work probably because now I don't have a fourth die. Thing. Let's see. This was gunnery 3, 5, 4. 4 dice. That's not going to work, but I'll roll it anyway, and it's a 14.
Oh man. Okay. Cool. So you fire on the headhunter, and it ducks and moves a little bit. The fire control system is not working as well as before. Maybe if you just like reach for your anger, maybe if you did that, maybe that's it. Maybe if you reached out and begged for assistance or aid. Maybe that would work. I don't know, but you fire and you miss. Jody, you're going to need to moderate difficulty number, or you're about to lose a system. The captain is trying to plug in hyperspace coordinates at this point, so she is not able to help you.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to um let's roll. So I'm gonna roll my vehicles this time um to try and direct which system gets hit, you
Ooh,
know,
interesting. Okay.
so that it's not life support or hyperspace motivator or something like that. So I'm gonna roll those dice. And you said this would be moderate?
Yes.
Oh, 15 on the dot. Uh,
Nice.
so
Perfection.
is there a list of systems?
There are not a list of systems, but I can provide them to you. So,
No, that's fine. I'll make something up. Yeah. Ooh.
hull
Um,
shields, sensors, and weapons, and life support. Those are, and I'll type that out real quick.
yeah. We don't need shields. It's fine. We're gonna get out of here. It's better than lasers and, hyperspace motivator. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shields are down.
Shields are down. You see the deflector shield. It takes a bit of the shot from the headhunter, and then boo, the tap it a couple times on the screen, and it
We
is
see that
not
cool little
responding.
graphic where the little dotted line goes.
Yes, yes, love it. Sai, you were on board Nonum after saying a quiet word for Fetch Daw. He says, "This is a very large ship. Is there a shuttle, perhaps, that we would need to use to escape? Because it does not appear that we're going to be victorious."
Uh, Sai pauses, doesn't say anything, and then I jumps up and starts to like fastly make his way towards where Cole is because he's gonna try and assist her because that's his best idea, and also he's not abandoning this ship. He doesn't even fucking know probably if actually he's probably like wandered around this whole ship. He probably knows, but he's not going to go for that route. So instead, he's gonna try to go help Breaker
Sounds good.
and give the hut no answer so that he cannot try to take off without them.
Okay. I mean, we can't guarantee that's what he'd do.
That's mild.
All right. So the if you can last one more round, then you guys are going to jump to hyperspace. If you do not, then you're going to lose another system, which is bad. So, there is only one of them. You are able to focus a little bit better. So, if you can hit a moderate difficulty with help from Psy, and don't forget your two weapons assist dice that you receive, best of
Yeah.
luck.
So I think that puts me at 5 dice. I get 3 dice gunnery, 5 - 1 + 1, 5 dice.
Can
I
I spend?
think, are you like doing the, maybe you're running the targeting or something like that?
Yeah, if we're down for that, I'm trying to set the target up so you can focus on other things and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Cool. So let's
Question, can you
see.
spend a character point for someone else?
I
No.
already rolled and it's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
you thank goodness because yeah, you cannot. But I'm glad that that worked out. That is good. Cool. So, the last headhunter is blasted into space, and moments later, being able to focus and not being harried, Captain Mac is able to plug in the last of the coordinates, and you jump to hyperspace.
Whew.
I might say limped into hyperspace.
Fair.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you do?
So I take Captain Mac back to Nanon the Hut. Um, and I explain to Captain Mac what's going on. I say, um, Nanon hired us, um, and it's 5K a piece. 5K for us, 5K for your ship, in order to deliver Nanon off-world, any location. Um, and I know it was very costly. It probably, knowing what we know now, it probably was not worth it. That's correct. 5K now, 5K later. Um, Probably wasn't worth it, but a deal's a deal. Um, Nanam, oh, I don't think Nanam knows this, but we know Nanam was wanted by another hut, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because we
Yes.
looked it up at some point.
You
And I say
did.
Nanam here is wanted by Gannis the Hut. And that's why we received so much resistance as we left. So you're going to be answering to that, um, to your assistance coming from Nanam. Yeah. So where do we want to drop Nanam off?
Captain Mac listens to this. You can hear her slight disgruntledness at only 5,000 credits after the damage
So
that
she's gonna
she's
get
taken.
10.
She's going to get a
Oh
total of
no,
10.
we're gonna get five. She's gonna get five,
Yeah.
is what I negotiated for.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we said 10 to get there and 10 to get off here, 10 to land somewhere.
I recall him offering 10. Actually, did you
I thought we had,
double the offer? You did drive a hard bargain.
I think we
I
ended up
should.
doubling the offer as shit got really hard. We were like, hey, 10 to get you off planet, 10 to drop you off somewhere.
Hmm.
and
Yeah, I think so.
okay, where are we right now? What planet?
Great
What system?
question. You were, look on my map, the Tapani Sector. You were in the free world. in the place known as it had a straight shot to yeah, you were in New Shella and anywhere in Tapani Sector. Procopia would be. I have many friends on Procopia. I could easily get you the credits that I owe for this excellent rescue opportunity. If only Fedge had made it with us, but one of those bounty hunters seemed very determined. They
Do
had
you
a
know?
lightsaber.
That what that was?
Yes.
Gotta get to one of
So
those.
I'm gonna negotiate a little bit, um, with Nanam. We could drop you off on Procopia, but that would be, kind of out of our way as we're headed back. And I'm gonna pick a a system that Nanam would not be happy with, like might be closer to where the what was the other hut's name? Gannis
Mm-hmm.
might be more familiar with, or something like that. And what I'm going to negotiate isn't for more credits, but it's for like a new beacon for our ship, or for Captain Mac's ship, or something
Ooh,
like that. Since he said he has connections on Procopia, I'm like, your connections are going to have to help us out.
that sounds fun.
Yeah.
He though, he feels like he could probably hold you to a deal. So I,
Oh,
th
we're definitely going to drop him off. It's just, do we drop him off in the place he wants?
I
Yeah.
get you. I
Yeah.
just what I was trying to do is say I feel like we need to hit some dice to see if he is amenable to further negotiations.
Absolutely. Yeah. Um,
He is in your debt and really does think Procopia could be beneficial for him. I think you picked up on something he wants. So I'm going to say that this is a moderate. You'll need a 15 or better to cajole him into giving more than just the credits.
You got
and
five
I'm
dice for a bargain. That's good.
yeah, I'm going to do bargain, and let me roll to see what that's like. Oh, I got a 16, but a 1 on the destiny die.
Ooh, on the destiny die. Fun. Yeah, so he says, very well. I can get you a different IFF and transponder code. I can arrange for that. But Captain Mac, it seems that your days of working for Shang Lines might be over. And Mac, yeah, yeah, it might be.
Well, it's a good
Well,
thing, Captain Mac. I'm sorry, go ahead.
sorry, this is when Nonim will say, but I seem to have, I'm a credit flush and a travel light. After we go to Procopia, if you'll make it a second stop to take me to my ship, then I'm willing to pay you for the trouble. Max says, do you guys need to be back to your, she doesn't want to say home base because she doesn't know if this guy knows you guys are doing missions back home anytime soon, or can we make another stop? We could talk about this. We're a little bit from Procopia. I'll plug in the coordinates now.
So, remind me, we went here to pick up a droid brain to help the resistance.
Yes,
So they
which you
probably
have.
need it pretty quickly.
They do.
Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. Again, if Nanam is amenable, we could get a we could see if we could find, someone from on Procopia who could take us to the rebel base. Therefore, we could split off from Captain Mac. Just an option.
Let's skip ahead to where all three of you are sitting around, maybe having a meal. Captain Mac is involved. Rick's around. Nonham is resting because he's still, even though he did receive some healing from your wonderful medic slash thief slash sniper, uh, he'd like some rest. So, you guys are sitting around a moderate meal.
Uh,
And I think that Sai, you had asked about whether or not you could medicine up Cola,
yeah,
right?
speaking of my medicine slash doctoring skills, uh, may I apply them to Breaker?
She definitely needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in a calm arena, so we'll call this easy difficulty for you to help remove. So easy is 10. You need a 10 or better.
So I got a 15, but that is a 1 on the Destiny dice.
Ooh. Color. Um, so is this applying like back to spray and bandages? Is that what this looks like from?
Yeah, and like probably pulling out like little shrapnel pieces or things like that, like
Hmm.
back done wrapping and maybe even a little bit of stitching on a couple places.
Nice. Color, how do you handle like, are you a good patient? Are you a crappy patient? Are you used to people
I
taking
think
care of you?
um, I think I'm trying to eat while this is happening. So I'm like, ow, ow, stop that while I'm trying to eat something. And yeah, I think I'm probably not. I'm not like against what Sai is doing, trying to fix me. I just think I'm not making it easy for him.
As you finish doctoring up Kola, you hear in your mind that voice again. Procopia. Yes. Wait for me there. I will come to you. Show you your power.
Uh, you got something ooh, wait, would she say something? Um, no, probably not. I think it's more fun if this goes on in secret for a bit. Uh, so I think she's like, it's clear that something is off. Like she stops complaining about about size ministrations, but and then she's kind of, oh well, what were we talking about?
You may remove the injured condition. Um, and I think fictionally, you're no longer lost.
Is trapped removed from when I picked them up and got them out of there, or is that
That's
still?
true. I also think fictionally, trapped is no longer, but hunted is still there.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Yeah,
hunted.
yeah,
Well, hunted's always there, isn't it? For
And
you at least.
angry is that's your option. If you
no,
want
no,
to
no.
do
Angry
a
is I think angry is still there. I think she's still um,
perfect.
yeah, I think this is affecting her, like pushing her into that like an aggressive mood.
Delightful.
So sure, we can go to Procovia or whatever it's called and drop him off there, right? We can. I mean, I know we got this thing on a rush order, and I think she kind of like pats the case with the droid brain. But we'll make it. Sure,
We
right?
could get a secondary ship from Sokovia, while you make the job, I think that was a good suggestion, Jody. As he pops up and finally eats something, stops doctoring, like sits down and actually starts eating.
Max says,
And I
so I take the hut on, and you guys find another transport?
So we'll all go to Procopia, and then once we get to Procopia, we'll finish those dealings, and then you can get your secondary deal that Jody set up, I believe, very masterfully, uh, with him, and we will find alternative routes to bring the resistance what they need.
and I think that, we will put in a good word for you with the Resistance, Captain. We really appreciate all of your help here. The Resistance can really use the influx of funds, and you've really shown yourself to be an upstanding citizen, someone we can really trust. Thank you.
Would you like more guns? I have more guns.
I'll take more guns. I usually only need guns when I'm around you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some of the guns that I had planned to either sell or give to the resistance or something like that. These blaster rifles, and I'll like leave. I'll give 5 to her as well as 3 blaster pistols.
Okay. So definitely take them. Well, I gotta see what repairs we can do in flight. Um, Glad you guys made it out. I'm worried about Shan. I see.
We'll get
Least.
word out through the Resistance to see about bailing Shan out. I don't know how this will, fall out, but hopefully it'll be easy to get him back.
We'll get Shan.
So Captain Mac leaves the three of you. Is there anything you want to do before you reach Procopia? The travel time will be a number of hours.
I think just Sai will just like frown and say, it's kind of like um, it's a shit like mope about the fact that Shan is gone as he like pulls like several like the broken hollow crown like all these different things like the crystal the cylinder not the he has blank cylinders but then there's also one that definitely has a message on it and a broken hollow crown and a data crystal and been like he wanted to give these to Shan and get Shan to look at them because Shan knows technology and he's just like, do either of you know anything or will you break it like I would?
Um, I know some things. I think so. Jody is in the corner, is at the table, but she's plugged in, recharging and everything like that. And I'm going to do
Ooh, you may remove your low power then, since you're smart and recharging.
yeah. So I'm not eating, but I'm eating in a different way, right? And I'm going to see if I can't. So I'm trying to repair some of my damage that I've taken, and uh, so I think I should probably make a roll to try and repair the damage. So I'm working on my carapace and the wires that have come loose and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I
Yeah,
mean,
we'll call it
uh,
easy. You're in a calm environment. You have access to tools.
so let's see how that works. Oh, good. And not a one on the destiny die.
Good.
And then I can see about taking a look at your, the stuff that you have, Sai.
He's got 3 different goodies, one from all the way back, 2 from all the way back in our first trip.
Okay. So I'm good with droids and vehicles, not so good with computers. So we'll have to see how that looks.
Yeah, which what do you want to do? We've got a data crystal, we've got a cylinder, and we've got a broken holocron.
Well, I've never seen the holocron before, so probably not that thing. Let's look at the cylinder. Um, Actually, I'll just make a general technical roll, and we'll see what I can get out of that for the
Okay,
cylinder and the data crystal.
sounds
I
good.
don't expect much.
I'll have a
Uh,
look at the holocron.
Cool.
oh, sure. That seems like a good choice.
Nothing
Uh,
bad will happen, but
Nothing bad will
Mhm.
happen from the holocron. That is a correct way to
No, we
think
played
about
that
it.
trope before. Nothing bad will happen.
That's right. We've done that, and it was fine. Everything's fine here. You are taking a look at a Imperial code cylinder that does have some data on it. There is some uh, identification needed, so you'll need to slice it a little bit. We're going to call this a moderate difficulty.
So my intention here is just to kind of ID things a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not going to try to damage it to get in because I think that um uh we'll be able to get it into it in the future. So I just want to see if I can't get a little bit further. So I'm going to roll just my general tech because I don't really think I have anything else that applies well here.
I'm
So
assuming I can only help either Jody or
Yeah.
uh, uh, are
I
you
got a
trying to?
4. I got a total of 4, and there's a 1 on the destiny die.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Yep.
wow.
That was on 4 dice, 3 dice. Yeah.
That's a great roll.
Yeah.
So again, you weren't trying to slice it.
Mhm.
What you find is that this is a older code cylinder of an ISB officer. Her name is Vina Elrun. And there is a good bit of protection on it. And also, you realize you have not activated it, but you realize that a failed slicing attempt, this thing will send out a ping.
Oh,
Now you're in
okay.
space, so maybe it won't go far.
So I'm going to set that off to the side, and I'm going to tell Sai, this has a homing beacon on it. I just got the name of the person off of it, and I'm not going to touch it anymore.
Save it for
So
Shan.
exactly. Or for our resistance hackers, they might be able to get into it.
Oh, true. And not Data Crystal, Holocron. He looks at Cola because Cola wanted to look at that one, and he's like, I'll try to assist.
cool. So I'm rolling 4 dice.
Uh-huh. This, you accessing this is very easy.
Yeah, and I get a 14 and
Rich wants this.
one on the destiny die.
Oh
So
my God. Oh,
Oh,
we've
that's
given you like 5 1s.
awesome. That's so great.
that's the best roll, right?
It's the best roll. This is the best possible roll is for you to successfully unlock this broken holocron. And to have a one on the destiny die is just delightful. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so if you take a look, I have unhidden a few rows on the team tab of our character keeper. Um,
Okay.
Kala, you
Ooh.
now have access to the Force.
Ooh.
Um, so there you go. That's your one. Great job. First off, you can restore your force point. However,
Ooh.
we will just need to make a note that that is a dark side force point.
Oh, okay.
But you now have unlocked the ability to purchase force abilities. You will need tutelage. That's okay. Someone's coming to Procopia, you feel, to help you with that.
Yeah. Seems good. Good.
So, Sai, while helping Kala, she starts seem to like fall into a little bit of a fugue state. And she seems to have a conversation, but you don't hear anyone talking to her, and you have really good hearing.
Yeah.
And it feels weird.
I'm gonna like pull the holocron away from Cola.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
no, this is mine. I find mine.
Don't fight over it. It'll be fine.
No,
I'm the
Cola.
one who fixed it.
Yes, but I find it, and Cola, you're sick. And he like will take the back of his paw and like put it against the front of your like your forehead. You need to lay down because he like something's wrong. He doesn't know what. He's wondering if it's after effects of like just stitching her up. He didn't give her any pain meds. Could be the set of an infection. Although he's like part of that is niggling at the back of his head, like, no, that's not it. But he doesn't know what else it could be because he
Yeah.
doesn't know anything about all this stuff. But he does think that her with that is bad. Also, it's his. No one has made him a proper offer for it.
It's
His
true. It's true. There's a moment when you touch the holocron side to pull it away from Kala, and Kala is still touching it. You, during that connection, the three, like holocron, you, Kala, memories of when you were enslaved, like those dark moments when you thought you were never going to be free, they flood in. And I need you to go ahead and take a condition.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think is he feeling lost or trapped right now? I think he's feeling a little trapped. I think as suddenly that worms through him and he tugs it a little harder and puts it away in the bag and looks around kind of wide-eyed in a way that Jody, he used to always look like that used to be his natural state of face, like after you first freed him from enslavement. And he's like, he doesn't actually say anything. He just takes his bag with his rucksack, leaves the half plate of food, and is going up into the rafters and is going somewhere else because he feels trapped and does not like it. So he's different space. No, thank you. Doesn't say anything. Trauma.
Jody, you haven't seen Sai withdraw quite like that in a while.
I lean over to Cola and I say, he's done this before, but not in a long time. Something's bothered him. It it might be Shan. We should just give Sai some space. And he'll come down on his own. He'll come back.
We'll get Shan back. That should help, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Once we get Shan back, Sai will realize that we're not going to abandon people. I'm sure that's what's the problem.
Are there
Yeah.
any other scenes or conversations you guys would like to have before you land on Procopia?
Can I ask our hut friend if he knows who the red-skinned person that I shot in the eye was? Who do I need to maybe look out for?
Uh,
And he
I'd like
asked
to
if he
see
was
that
feeling.
conversation. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
like to see that conversation.
I imagine they're sleeping and just from above they just hear psst, like,
What are you doing up there?
I like it up here.
Give me some water, little cat.
I think he's got a canteen in his bag and just opens it and then like upturns it so it's like over the mouth angle.
He opens his big maw, right? And it's easy aim. So he will drink from it, and then when you finish, mm, Zygerian. I see scars on you that often your kind put on others.
I'm here to ask you questions.
Hmm. We will have a trade.
Hmm. You answer first.
We'll see.
Who was the red-skinned man I shot for you?
Hmm. Hmm. He was one who was hunting me for Gannis the Hutt, just like the others.
What is his name? Because I believe he will hunt me now that I have taken his good eye. Need to be aware.
He has taken the name of an ancient ancestor of his. He calls himself Vindican.
You know anything else about Vindican? Vindicant weaknesses? Bad eyes?
It is my turn, little cat. How were you enslaved?
Hmm. I was small, and there were too many of us.
Were you sold or taken?
Sold.
By your family?
Yes,
Hmm.
I had quick fingers. They were useful.
Have you seen your family since this took place?
No, it's been, and then I guess I don't, I'm assuming, do Zygerians have life cycles like the regular like 20, 30, 40, 50, like human lifespans?
Sure. Let's just say
So,
about that. Maybe they
yeah,
live a little long, but that's a
but,
good scope for
yeah,
me.
adult age would be, regular adult age. So I think he'd say I haven't seen them in 30 years, which, he looks like maybe he's like 35, 32. Like he was young.
Hmm.
My turn.
Ask your question again, little cat.
Do you know vindicant weakness other than obvious eyes or issues or desires or things that will help me from vindicant?
Hmm. Vindican, I was surprised to see. He has what he needs of physical pleasure. Credits do not motivate him. He serves the Empire, and he serves Gannis. Weaknesses, he seeks others like him. He is the only one of his kind I have ever seen.
Only.
Yes, lonely. Me, however, am very cosmopolitan. I prefer situations where I am the only hut. Give me some food, little cat. I am hungry. Which is good.
I
It means you've healed me well.
I have from the last time we went thieving, Falugi and Kefta
Hmm.
in my bag, so I think I just dropped that down from on high.
It's like lands on his belly and he scrambles for it a little bit. You should not work in the food industry.
I
You're a
don't.
terrible server.
I'm not a server.
Technically, you just served me, little cat.
We brokered a deal.
What would you say if someone could reunite you with your family? Is that something you want, little cat?
This would be your third question, and I don't have any more questions for you, so you're going to have to give me something else for an answer.
Oh, you have me at a disadvantage. I don't even have Fejda to help with something. Access to my credits require Procopia,
We're going there. But I also like things that aren't credits.
such as.
Data crystals and holocrons and shiny things or old things, cylinders. I found a holocron. That one's fun.
Hmm. Fun how, little cat?
We could fix it. We couldn't fix the others without Shan. Wait, no, you're asking questions and you're not giving me things. And he like looks a little upset and like, "Nyeh."
Hmm. Well, perhaps our game is over. I am tired. I could
Hmm.
use some food, though. I thought you were the one who helped people in need. That's a medic's job, is it not, little cat?
I am not a medic. I am a tool of precision.
He starts slowly eating the Felucian food. Hmm.
I'm a medic. I am a tool of precision. Sometimes that applies in medicine. Sometimes it applies in guns. Sometimes it applies in grabbing. Sometimes it applies in moving quickly and quietly. I was a tool of precision. He like corrects himself, like still a little lost in it from the earlier memories.
Is that what they used you for? Precision.
And I think he doesn't give a verbal answer, but like he can see like the way that he looks away that, yeah, the reason he knows medical skills, he knows how to shoot so well, he knows how to do all these things is because, someone used him as a precision tool.
Hmm.
I'm sorry about the dog. I liked it.
Hmm. He was loyal. And he gave his life for me, which I did not expect.
Does he have family?
He does, and I will make sure that they are well compensated for his years of good service.
Yeah, he nods. Basically, that's where I was getting to. And beat him to it. And he frowns and he waits a second. I'm enjoying this, so I will give you an answer, despite that you think. No, I do not wish to see them again. They sold me. I haven't searched them out. I could probably find them on my own if I wanted to.
Good to know. You are so company, little cat. I think I'll rest now.
Yeah, I think he just replies, being company isn't a precise action, and then just crawls through the rafters like out of the room.
Nice. Uh, Jody, do you have any conversations with ASP 1 or 2? They want to like interface with you and
So I think I do have basically I debrief them
hmm
just to make sure that they're serving Captain Mac well. I've spoken for them, you know, and I want to make sure that everything's working out. They're not being mistreated and they're doing a good job. But I think primarily what I want to do is I want to interface with the droid brain because we discussed that before.
yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Um, the droid brain uses an unfamiliar, well, you're an astromech, right? not like a protocol droid.
I am a combination of several different droids. Astromech was one of them, yeah.
Oh wow. I love the idea of you being like this like combo droid. You activate the droid brain. It doesn't have anything to vocalize, but you can connect with it if you want to do a little.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the plan is I'm gonna, figure out the cabling and the connections and connect up. If look in the picture, it has several different cables kind of coming out. I'm gonna connect up with that and then connect it into my system directly. It's faster that way too.
Oh yeah, it's a good, quick and efficient thing. You interface and your senses shift, and you find yourself, your awareness changes, and you're in some kind of virtual environment. It looks like um, it looks like a representation of some kind of carnival or amusement park. There are people who move around like ghosts, like they're moving on pre-programmed simulations of moving through an amusement park.
Remind me, what did the Resistance need this droid brain for?
If I remember, this was a Greg idea, and if
Uh-huh.
I remember correctly, it was part of the defenses systems
Okay,
that have been damaged by the heat during your meltdown mission.
that's right. So I think, you know, I say out loud, it seems like you're running simulations of what the other entities would do in order to prepare for what's going to end up happening. And I'm going to explore around looking for some representation of the droid brain itself.
Ooh, cool. Let's have you
Oh,
search things out. There is a skill called search. You don't
ah,
suck at it.
that's right.
It's not sure it wants to be found, so I think it's a moderate difficulty. You'll need to roll a 15 or better.
Okay. Nope. And I got a 13 out of 15, and I got a 1 on the Destiny die.
Awesome.
That's number
Um,
6.
that's so good. These dice love you. Yeah, I think what happens is it just boots you out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it does. It's not violent. It's not painful. You just get ejected from the system. Like you get a little blue screen, boom, boom, and while you're physically connected, it's withdrawn. It's pulled away
Yeah.
from you.
I have to think about that for a little bit. Oh, I know. Okay. I'll have to think about that. I leave it a note. Basically, I write it in email and I say, okay, um, I'll be back. I'm just here to talk to you. Um, your services are requested, and we were sent to retrieve you. Um, and I wanted to understand what your needs were before um your before they just put you into a task. I wanted to make sure that you were um dealt with as well as possible. And then I'll, sign it and then I'll exit and I think I'm going to go talk to who's a good person to talk to about dealing with people.
Probably people.
Yeah. I mean, these things can be cranky, and that's not something I'm. Oh, now's whenever I go. So I'm going to go deal with the asps, and I'm going to go talk to
Yeah,
the asps about like, trying to get a feeling for why they would want to be left alone or something like that. Yeah.
So
But
asp, yeah,
I think that's the rest of what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going to the asks. I might go talk to Captain Mac. I'll go to Cola and to Sai. I'll probably leave Sai alone since I might feel out how Sai's dealing with things, but I'll probably leave Sai alone. But I'm going to go to Cola and say, hey, having some difficulty breaking through to the droid brain. It's not really interested in talking too much. Um, so yeah, I just get a feel for how to interface, how to better negotiate with it.
Have
cool.
you? Yeah, sorry. Have you just told it what we want it to do?
I haven't really found it yet. It seems to be very. Oh, um, I did tack up a note on its door to let you know. Um, to be honest, just as an aside, I figure Sai's probably listening into all of this stuff that's going on. We just, haven't
You know him
seen
so well. You know
Yeah,
him so well.
yeah. So basically, I tell Cola I left it a note. I don't know if it's read it. Um, it seems very private.
Well, as long as it doesn't have any objections.
Well, we can't tell yet. I mean, we don't want to plug this thing in and it just, turn off or cause problems. So we'll have to get to the bottom of that before, we can interface it to the resistance systems.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
How are you doing? I mean, I know that Sai's upset about Chan. You doing okay? I mean, you ran into your old buddies.
Yeah, or they ran into me.
Yeah,
It's um, there's one fewer of them now.
true. Um, do you miss them?
Ooh, think. Uh, yeah, Cola is like they're scumbags, but I ran with them for a couple of years, so I knew them.
What would it take for you to talk to them again?
I think it's more a question of what it would take for them to talk to me.
Oh, so this breakup wasn't mutual. This is,
No, no,
okay.
no. This was I broke up with them, and they did not know about it until afterward. And they were not happy, it seems.
Maybe you're the wrong person I should be asking for advice about talking to others about.
Oh no, I'm great at talking to people. It's just they don't always end up happy afterwards.
Hmm. So, um, do you think that now that you've run into some of your old crew, they're gonna keep looking for you?
Um, well, worse for them if they do.
Maybe, but they could also cause problems for the resistance if they're looking to discover us.
I wouldn't worry too much. They're not they're not exactly operating on our scale, I don't think.
Good, good. That's good to hear. How are you recovering from your damage that you sustained?
Still hurts like a mother Carter, but I've had worse, I'm sure, at some point.
Um, with Sai kind of distracted at the moment, I might send Rick back to see if he can help, you know, help you with the pain.
Yeah, that might be good. I it's um actually no, I think what she would say is
If I'm not mistaken,
I
didn't you and Rick have a thing?
don't remember.
Okay. Maybe Jody just thought you had a thing.
You're just like, oh yeah, you
Yeah.
organic life forms. You like boning.
Uh,
Rick's not opposed to this idea. He's a little intimidated by Kala, but intrigued.
I think she says, nah, the pain's not so bad. It helps me focus.
hmm. That doesn't make much sense to me, but okay, if you say so.
Yeah, it might be a biological thing.
That's what I chalk up most of the inconsistencies to, so probably.
Cool. Is there anything more you guys wanted from that scene, or feel good?
I think it's good.
Awesome. Looking at time, I think what we will probably do is have you arrive at Procopia. So Procopia, we'll probably be bringing things to a close soon. So this is one of the wealthiest worlds in the Tapani sector. It's the sector capital and has been so since the sector was united under Shea Tapani many years during the Galactic Republic. It's a verdant world, kept so because of very strict laws and customs about keeping it pristine. Um, the the planet has one continent located on the southern pole, and this is a beautiful planet of warm oceans, large islands of grassy plains and small woods. And the weather here is mild most of the year along most of the island chains. There are large urban centers and many private preserves owned by houses, like the big Tapani houses. So you guys arrive, it's very manicured. They have a pretty heavy security force. And what's interesting is that the force that guides your ship, you can see that many of them, like they have a singular uniform and style, but all of them seem to have little insignias, patches, pauldron markings that show their allegiance to one house or the other, and they're all working alongside each other harmoniously as far as it can be seen by your untrained eyes. But yeah, I think what we have is Nonum is able to reach out to some of his contacts, and he does. He's good on his word. You receive 10,000 credits. Well, 20. You've got 10,000 up front because he said 10,000 now, 10,000 later. And so you guys are very flush with credits. 5,000 goes to, if I remember, is it 5 and 5 to you and 5 and 5 to Mac, Captain Mac? Is that
Yeah.
right? Cool. So the 10,000 will definitely go far to help her repair some of the damage that she took, but um, she's a little bit in the hole. She'll be able to make up for that by
There's
taking
four.
Nonim.
Oh, sorry.
I'm
There's
sorry.
four of us, so we would get like theoretically 2,000 each.
Yeah, because you're not going to give any to Shan.
Well, no, Shan would
No,
be
I'm
four of
joking.
us.
I
Yeah,
thought.
'cause it's more like, yeah, 2,500. So I think of that
I mean, did
of
he
the
really
2,000.
deliver? on him though. I think it could be argued that he doesn't deserve any. But
Of
if
the
that's how Sai wants to
2,500,
roll,
of the
We're not taking
2,500, that's
we're not taking this money. This money goes to the resistance.
oh, okay, never mind, because he's going to give his portion to the captain. But
Right.
okay, never mind.
You can still do that because Captain Mac is effectively a part of the resistance now, and anything we can do to keep her happy would be great.
Yeah, so 2,000 of the 2,500 that would have theoretically been Sai's portion to give to the resistance, he instead gives to the captain and says for additional repairs.
she sees that and um gives you a hug, like just a big surprise like hug. I break even. Carking awesome. I never break even with you guys. This is great. Thank
Normally,
you.
Sai would very
Like
much admit
reaches
into the
up and
hug.
kind of rubs your ear a little bit and then sorry, it was a bit much, right? Okay, sorry. Okay.
Normal Sai, yes. Sai is the way he's been the last few days. No. She touches his ear. He dips.
He's out. He's like, nope, don't touch me. Okay. Okay. Noted, noted, noted.
Which is such a shame for later Sai. But yeah, not right now.
Cool. So, looking at time, I think it might be good to where we kind of break here. We'll pick up next session with you. Well, actually, Kay, I think you might be out next
I
week.
will be out.
Okay, cool.
So we can say Shan is skulking slash hiding slash upset.
Sai is away from others. But you guys can do stuff on Procopia, look for a way off. Baby Kala has a meeting with someone who's on their way to visit with her, probably to like share a few drinks, maybe swap some stories, hang out. It'll be fun. It'll be great.
Yeah, their name's definitely not Vindican.
It's, I mean, that person you blinded, they're totally out of the fight, and there's no
And
way
they're
they're coming
probably
back.
dead. It probably went into their eye and then into their brain. I
Yeah,
killed that one.
that's exactly how people die when they are shot in the face. They all go down. Awesome. Let's see. Do we have any like? I don't think we have any end of session mechanics for this game, which is kind of
Nope.
cool. Then let's
We
end off
might
with.
get
Oh,
some XP, maybe.
yeah, we do have XP character points. There we go. God. Okay. Cool. So we're clear. You have finished your mission, which means that when we start the next session, everyone who has spent their force point regains their force point. And you successfully saved your friend. So you guys get 3 character points. Congratulations.
Ooh.
Yeah, I could have. Yeah, poor Fedge though. So sad.
Very
Awesome.
sad.
Good. Now we can do stars and wishes. We start with wishes so we can end with stars. So sad we won't have Kate or I don't think. Yeah, we don't have Kate or Greg. It's going to be an interesting session next week.
It's
Cool.
Father's Day weekend. I don't know if that impacts y'all at all, but yeah, that's why I won't be here.
Understood. Stephen, Kay, Adesh, who has wishes?
I just want to see what happens with the force stuff. I assume it will turn out bad, but that's part of the fun. So
Yeah, the only good bad guy force stuff happened on Acolyte. You know, real good, real good. Cool. Stephen or Kay?
Um, I'll go. I'd like to get further with the goodies I have. So the holocron, the cylinder data crystal, hopefully with Greg. Uh, and then yeah, just more past stuff. Oh, and I don't know. If we're meeting up with the guy whose eye I took, I'm curious how they would interact with Sai if that happens. Because I took their eye.
Okay. Steven?
I can't really think of many wishes. I mean, I'm curious about completing the mission, which is delivering the droid brain back to the resistance. Um, and discovering that Cola has a new friend that's talking to her, over long distances. That'll be fun. And seeing how Captain Mac and the Hut, you know, form kind of a partnership. So, yeah.
Cool. Steven, you went last with wishes. You get to go first with stars. Did you have any stars from our session?
Um, I guess stars to the dice because um we succeeded a lot with a lot of bad things that ended up happening, so it made the whole story kind of juicy. I think we rolled 6 or 7 ones on the Destiny die, and I don't think we
Yeah,
rolled any sixes on the Destiny die,
I
which is
don't recall any
amazing.
good ones. It
Yeah,
was all hard moves all the time.
yeah. And let's see what else. So I liked the scene. I liked how Kohler responded to um the person talking in their brain saying, "Oh, we'll meet up later," and Kohler's like, "That sounds great. Yeah, let's do that." Um, and then so it was exciting to see that Kola had unlocked the Force and has a dark side Force point. So that's super interesting. And the way that Sai responded to kind of participating in that with the whole you get a glimpse of it and it makes you feel really bad. Oh, I'm running away. That was very interesting as well. It was good to roll with. Yeah.
Cool. Kay, did you have any stars?
Yeah, for sure. Star for Cola being difficult at best always. Like I just a lot of times the groups are like decently harmonious, or at least play at it. So it's fun that like this group is very like works together, but at the same time it doesn't seem to all have the best like interrelationships with each other, like as an overall instead of as like the maybe just these two people don't get along. So like
yeah,
they have very different like they're all part of this one big goal, but they have smaller dissonant goals in between that really separate them comparatively, which has been fun to see. So that's also a star to Stephen. And I love, yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, not a single 10, but 7 ones on Destiny dice. I love,
I was right out of juice.
yeah, yeah, Cola. I love a good dark side come force, come to the dark side. That's literally how I met Rich was a game literally called What's So Good About the Dark Sider. And so I'm excited to watch that with Cola. Started Rich for just badass person, but then also you killed the dog, Rich. So like you get a star for it, but it's like a reluctant star.
I hear ya. I did go
So
John Wick. I
you
did go
did you
John
did
Wick.
kill the dog, which then allowed Sai to badass shoot face. So yeah, and I also really liked the scene with the hut. Uh, I think yeah, it's fun. It's fun to play a I usually play very charisma forward characters, so it's fun to play a lack of charisma character in a semi-social situation. I've not really done that much. So that was really enjoyable. The back and forth. Oh, and Stephen, I love Jodie's reads on Sai because she just knows him. She just does.
That was cute. I really enjoyed that too. And Ash, any last stars you have?
yeah. Really enjoyed Sai's conversation with the hut. That was a lot of fun. Being Jody, like being really into getting like being with the droid brain, that whole thing is good. I enjoy that. And that interaction and Jody being very clear, like, no, 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 we're not doing this unless the droid brain agrees. There's no, I like that. I like taking the like droid writes things seriously and not like just playing off of it, if that makes sense. So that's good. Yeah, and the dice, of course. It's yeah.
Yay, dice. Way to be mean. Make me be mean. Dice, why are you so mean?
Makes good plot.
It was a good plot. I appreciate the way you guys reacted to things, that you saw the offers, and um, I was really intrigued by the way you guys handled some things. I liked it. The dice did not want you to get far in much, but you did some cool stuff. So you did. Excellent. With that, we will bring this session to a close, and we will pick up next week with a smaller crew, more intimate game session. We shall see. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for playing.